The first is Fucoydan. It's quite a marvelous extract. It comes from a seaweed out of Tongan, and it's heavily researched. If you go, this isn't one of these ingredients from an exotic island country that perhaps you haven't heard about it, but neither has science, and so there's not much research. Or if science has looked at it, there's very little research because they realize it just doesn't have the properties that's worth spending the money on to see what it really does. That's not the case with Fucoydan. It has a massive amount of research, and if you go onto PubMed, you would find really quick that there's about 800 different studies from countries all over the world testing Fucoydan for a wide variety of conditions because it supports so many of the body's biological systems. One of the most important is the immune system. It gives it massive support for the immune system and the anti-inflammatory system. Now, the immune system, of course, we know what that does. It fights all of the diseases and things we have, but we don't even realize that the real damage comes from when you get sick or when you have a disease, generally from the inflammation that happens because of it. So if we can control inflammation and we can bring our immune system up, then we'll have a great defense against the processes that damage health and that age it. Well, the studies are showing that the Fucoydan ingredients, not our product, Fucoydan of course, the ingredients we use in it have been tested, but our formula itself has not been. But we're taking the data from these clinical studies and putting a super formulation together to offer a person the possibility of having the powerful effects that Fucoydan offers. And we believe that people will see a self-evident change with it, especially over a period of time. So if we support the immune system, we support the anti-inflammatory system, we find that Fucoydan has a lot more power than that. In fact, one of the leading researchers in America has said never has he seen one ingredient that does more things to more parts of the human body than Fucoydan. And you know, I have to agree with him because it supports so many different systems, heart, liver, lung, brain, muscle, organs, growth factors of all kinds. And so with this kind of support, these systems are trying to work, but they need the nutrition that they can run on. In other words, you have to run a car on gasoline, you have to have oil to make the engine move, and it's the same with Fucoydan. You have the biological systems in place, but they get so damaged over a lifetime, and our natural systems are deteriorating with age, that by bringing in a super supplement so these systems can operate at a more optimum level could be very profound in not only making you live longer, but giving you a great increase in health and energy. In fact, there's some studies that show you have a 400% immunity in only 12 days because Fucoydan supports the immune system that's already functioning so masterfully. So here's a product with Fucoydan that's touching we think most everything within your body to help it to fortify it so that it can function the way it's supposed to be. So it's massive support for the human biology throughout the entire body, from the tip of your toes to the top of your head. Fucoydan could be everywhere and working like no other product in the world.